All right, let's discuss these developments further then. And for more, we are joined by leadership expert, Professor Mazwe Majola. Prof, always a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you for joining us here on SABC News, sir.
Always a pleasure, Flo. Thank you so much. And greetings to the SABC viewers.
You're most welcome. So let's talk about it then. I mean, with that audio or visuals that got, I suppose you can use the term leaked from the funeral service of the Deputy President, Didi Mabuza, coming out and, him saying that, he's opening up for the person who was chosen as Deputy President of the ANC. Do you believe this is a good move? Do you believe it's a mature move? What are your thoughts on how Didi Mabuza is approaching this issue?
Well, I sense a man who's very frustrated, and who's unfortunately has exposed Cyril Ramaphosa's indecisiveness and his way of doing things in terms of taking time to make decisions. Because I think Mabuza is saying, look, I'm tired of being asked where I am, why I'm not in certain meetings. You remember that he did not attend the January 8 statement celebrations. He was not there at the ANC, the Hutla, the ANC NEC meeting. He was not there recently at the cabinet, the Hutla. And people keep on asking, but where is Mabuza? And obviously they all have said, he sent an apology. So, I mean, he has been waiting for the president to make announcements in terms of the reshuffling, but the president is not doing that. Yeah. So Mabuza has really literally took the lead in as far as this process is concerned, and unfortunately he has exposed the man who was supposed to be leading the process. He is now the follower in the name of President Cyril Ramaphosa, and now I'm sure he's going to edit his script now, whatever he was going to say about Mabuza when during his reshuffle announcements, because now Mabuza has gone out and just made the announcement before the president making an announcement. So one, Mabuza seems to me that his frustration is frustrated. He wants to leave. He wants to be released. And there is someone who says, no, wait a bit, let's finalize all these things before you go, which is very unfortunate and very unfair, because there is no need whatsoever for President Cyril Ramaphosa to be cajoling and asking Mabuza to wait a bit. He could have released him and appoint one of the ministers to act as a deputy minister or the deputy president until the process is finalized of appointing the next deputy president.
Yeah.
And again, there was no need even to delay this process.
Yeah.
This should have taken place long ago already.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I mean, why would the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, request that Didi Mabuza, stay on in this manner? I mean, what we've been told is that, they're awaiting the transition, to be finalized. But it does seem as though, Didi Mabuza has decided, to jump essentially before he's been pushed. So is there even an opportunity to request for him to stay in this position until he is replaced? Because ultimately this is what we see will likely happen.
No, it's unfair. That's why I say it's unfair to the former deputy president. He has made it clear, and actually I salute him, because not many leaders will do what he has done. To live in his own accord, the ability to read the room and say, look, it's inevitable that now another person will take over. Let me make this process to be seamless and to be as open and transparent and easy as possible for everyone. But now it's very unfair for president to be saying, no, can you wait a little bit? You can't force a person who doesn't want to be there anymore to be there. And it's unfair. Yeah. That's why I'm saying I don't even understand which, really transition that is there that would really make Mabuza not to, or rather make Ramaphosa not releasing Mabuza when he wanted to go. So again, as I'm saying this is not good for the president, President Cyril Ramaphosa, because this causes this unnecessary instability, uncertainty, and confusion, and it's caused by the president himself and obviously his office or the ANC. This matter would have or should have been clarified and resolved long ago, really. I appreciate and understand that there were some consultations that needed to be made, that we appreciate and understand. But by now, those consultations should have been concluded, and then the president should have already announced his cabinet reshuffle. Anyone who was still supposed to be sworn in, he would have announced that this person will be taking over as this and this as soon as the swearing-in process has been finalized. So there's nothing wrong with that. But you can see that he has been caught napping again because of this law, or rather again of this snail's pace leadership, which is very, very unfair. Yeah. So as I'm saying that, Mabuza has really exposed Ramaphosa's indecisiveness, because to me it's like I can't wait anymore, because the president, for him to say that, look, I'm telling you this because you are in my home province, he is going to make this announcement. When he does, you must know that I've already resigned.
Yeah, let's talk about the leadership style.
He's taking over. Yeah, he's taking over the process, and then because Ramaphosa is low doing this, and then Mabuza said, no, let me just take over this thing because the man is not doing it.
Let's talk about the leadership style of the deputy president. I mean, if you were to make an assessment as the leadership expert that you are, of Didi Mabuza's performance as deputy president, I mean, what would you say? There was a lot of criticism around people saying, well, we hardly see the man. So what were your thoughts of him during his tenure, which we assume is about to end, as deputy president of the ANC and the country?
Well, unfortunately, the man, he came already as obviously within the ANC structures as a very untrustworthy person, because of what happened. You remember at Nazareth 2017 when he came with a unity vote. Yeah. They had agreed with all others that they were pushing NTZ or Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. But when he came there and then he made, this, he made this change, and then he brought this unity vote. So within the ANC has always been seen as someone not trustworthy. But to Ramaphosa, he's the most trustworthy and loyal soldier for him. And then that is why even now we still say no, man. Actually, I sense and think that if Ramaphosa had his own way, he would keep him, he would not release him. But unfortunately, there's nothing he can do, because he has to. He has to announce the deputy president who was elected recently. So Mabuza has got that in terms of untrustworthy to others, probably loyal to, as I'm saying, to Cyril Ramaphosa. Yeah. But in terms of his work, in terms of his delivery, he has been a very, very silent person. There's nothing much really you can point out and say he came and moved things. He came and did this. So he leaves the office not with a very good legacy in terms of what he has done for the country as far as his portfolio is concerned.
All right, Prof Mazwe, we always appreciate your time. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is leadership expert there, Professor Mazwe Majola.